For years, I watched so many motivational videos and I pushed myself harder and harder. And my goal was to become a better, higher version of myself. I wanted to be more confident. I wanted to be more disciplined and I wanted to be more focused while being more peaceful and happy. And I was serious about all of that. So I worked hard toward my goals. But no matter what I did, motivation didn't seem to last for long. I would feel motivated for a while, then I'd burn out and lose momentum. And then I would end up where I started. So at some point, I got so tired of all of that, being in that cycle of being motivated, losing motivation, losing momentum, trying to get back on that momentum, that I just let it all go. I stopped trying so hard. And after that, something unexpected happened. One day, out of nowhere, I felt a pull, more of an inspiration, to read the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book had been recommended to me some years ago by someone, but at the time I had zero interest. It sounded boring to me and I just didn't see the point. But this time, I wasn't forcing myself to read this book because I thought I should. I was drawn to it. And when I started reading that book, everything changed for me. I wasn't trying to be more confident anymore, but I became more confident. I wasn't aiming to be happier, but I became a lot happier. I wasn't forcing myself to be more confident, more disciplined, more focused, but all of those came to me. And I was in a much better place than I was before. Everything that I wanted to gain through motivation came to me effortlessly through inspiration. And that experience taught me the difference between motivation and inspiration. And today I'm going to share what I have learned, which I think is a valuable lesson when we know where inspiration works and when motivation works. Motivation pushes you while inspiration pulls you. Motivation is all about effort. It's all about pushing yourself toward a goal, using willpower, discipline, and or external rewards to keep you going. It's that feeling of needing to hype yourself up to get things done. The energy behind motivation often comes from feeling pressured. You're feeling pressured because you are either in an unwanted situation or you are trying to achieve some goals that has been set for you by the society and they are not your real true goals. On the other hand, inspiration doesn't push you. When inspiration pulls you towards something more meaningful, when you are inspired, you don't need to push yourself. Your actions flow naturally, and it's almost like you are in the zone. It doesn't feel like a struggle because you are doing something that just feels right to you. If you have done something ever that you are passionate about, you know what I'm talking about. When you are doing that kind of work, it just time passes so quickly and it doesn't feel that you're working. It doesn't feel like a struggle. And for that kind of work, you don't need motivation. You have to create a space for inspiration. You can't chase inspiration like motivation. It finds you when you are ready, when you are open to it. It can find you through a book, through a video, through a conversation, or anything else. In my story, I never felt drawn to reading that book, even when someone recommended that book to me. But it found me when I finally stopped trying so hard, and it found me exactly at the right time. Inspiration needs a space. If your mind is constantly filled with the noise of overthinking, overstimulation, and self-pressure, then inspiration has no room to land. The biggest shift for me happened when I stopped forcing things and I started listening. Motivation can burn you out, but inspiration energizes you. The problem with motivation is that it relies on willpower, and willpower fades over time. It's like battery, it runs out. The other thing with motivation is that it creates pressure to keep you going even when you are drained. You can do that for a while, but eventually you would burn out. And that's why many of us are stuck in that cycle of being motivated, losing motivation, trying to get back to being motivated, and repeating this process over and over again and really getting nowhere. But inspiration works differently. It doesn't drain you, it energizes you. When you are inspired, you don't get exhausted so easily because inspiration doesn't come from a place of force or ego. It comes from a deeper source. It comes from your inner being, the source that is keeping you alive. That source energizes you through inspiration, no matter what you do or how imperfect you are. It's like the sun. Does the sun care about if you are lazy or if you are disciplined? No, it gives you warmth and light no matter what. Inspiration taps into your deeper desires and passions. Inspiration connects you with what truly excites you and fulfills you in a deeper level. It goes beyond external goals and expectations. It resonates with your core values, with what you genuinely care about. That's why it is so energizing. It's not coming from external pressure like with motivation. It comes from a source that is aligned with who you really are. And when you are inspired, unlike when you are motivated, you are not doing something just for the sake of achieving a goal. You are doing it because it resonates with your inner desires and passions. So, as I have shared with you today, the difference between inspiration and motivation comes down to how they make us feel, how they move us, and how they impact our energy. If you have been struggling to get motivated or stay motivated, maybe it is time to shift your focus and instead create a space for inspiration.